happened. I lost my appetite again. So ever since I got sick on our like family trip to Mexico back in April, my appetite has been like up and down. And it is literally down at the worst time ever. I don't know what it is. Ugh, this is so annoying. Like, why did I come to Singapore for my stomach to just be like, I don't want you to eat a single thing? My God. I had a croissant for breakfast today. So I went to this place called like Percent Arabica. It's out on Arab Street. It's really close to like Haji Lane. I had a croissant and I had a matcha latte, and I kid you not, I did not want to eat at all. Anyways, one thing to note that I forgot to tell you guys is that most places you go to eat, especially like hawker centers, there are no napkins. Like, napkins don't exist. And so you see these people like hustling, selling napkins, like Kleenex and also like the wet ones. It's a good business. I mean, I bought like a pack of like wet napkins and just like Kleenex off of some lady for like $4. I mean, I needed it because I was eating like satay yesterday, but I was like, oh, you guys are actually making quite a bit of money considering that there's a constant flow of people coming in from like 7 p.m. onwards, and then you could also do it during lunchtime. And I was like, that's a pretty smart business model there. I went to Haji Lane, I went to Arab Street, and today I was a little frustrated because first of all, I've been up since like 3 a.m. jet lag things, and I didn't really go back to sleep, and so I was like ready to go, but really honestly nothing opens up until like 10 is like early, and then if you want to actually eat food and like sit down, most places won't open until 11 or 12, or like they open at 11 for takeout and then they don't service you until like 12 or 12:30. So yeah, I was like not feeling it, and it was sunny today, so it was hot and humid, so it was a little bit worse than yesterday. And where I was today is not as fancy as Orchard is, so AC, like stepping into a building just to have a little bit of AC or whatever, use the bathroom, is not really like a big concept there. So I was walking a lot, sweating a lot, being like, I was just outside a lot. I was there because I wanted to go to Haji Lane first of all, but then Rachel was like, oh, you should try to go to like Infinity K-pop to buy your sister something. And they did not update it on Google Maps because I went to the wrong mall. I looked around and I was like, okay, it's not here. But it didn't open until 12 and this was already 11. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I'm just gonna go to the film store first and then come back. So I took the bus to the film store, and I don't even know what area this place was in, but it was definitely like sketch. It's located on Gayland Road, which is in what area? I don't really know what to call this area. Oh, it's just called Gaylang. But anyway, so I was trying to find this film store, A Story Tree, and the address on their website and on Google Maps, which is 311A Gaylang Road. And I'm looking, and I see this little like old door with like the, I can't talk, but you know, and then the handle opens, and I'm like, this is Panic Room. Like, why am I gonna go to a place called Panic Room? That doesn't sound safe for me to do by myself. And then I look, and there's this like little sign on the door that's like, A Story Tree located inside Panic Room. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll go. And I kid you not, these are the sketchiest stairs ever. The walls were painted black, and it was like just a narrow staircase up, and I was like, I could actually get kidnapped here, stabbed here, die here. Mind you, I know Singapore is a safe place, but still, it made me feel like, do I really do it or not? And lo and behold, this idiot did. Well, it turned out fine. Anyways, I managed to figure it out. I got to Infinity K-pop, and I text Rachel, I'm like, I'm here, what do you want? Thank God she was actually on standby. She's like, I just got home, let me think. And then she was like, do they have this, do they have this, do they have this? And I was like, nope, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. No stock, no stock, no stock. And then I went to the lady and I was like, so my friend told me that my sister is into like K-pop, and I don't listen to K-pop. And at that moment she knew that she needed to help me because I had no idea what was going on in that store. I don't, like Rachel was like, give me an album. I'm like, what is an album? Like, I thought she was talking about like CDs. But no, these are like, they're like books, and I guess there's like a CD inside. Anyways, I was so confused. She tried to explain it to me. I'm like, you need to imagine like you're talking to a blind person at this moment, because what I'm seeing doesn't match with what you're telling me. So it's like mismatched, and I'm very confused. Anyways, I asked the lady if she had anything 17 related, and she was like, no, we're all out of stock of everything. And I text Rachel, and like, she says there's nothing 17, and she's like, oh, that checks out, because I think they were in Singapore recently. And I was like, cool. Not that I would know, but all they had were like posters and stuff, and I'm not gonna get my sister like a banner of just like, I don't know, 17 members of K-pop. Don't hate me for saying that. But somebody's gonna be like, offering you STFU. But I'm just not gonna get her a banner or like banners with just like a bunch of like K-pop guys on it, because she'd look at me and be like, what the hell is this? I was gonna get her a pin, but they didn't have any more like 17 pins. No more 17 albums. Nothing that I thought would be like decently okay for her. Okay, so what else did I do today? I had to go back to Marina Bay Sands because I got a message from Marina Bay Sands being like, oh, you need to reserve a check-in time. And I was really confused. And then the guy was like, oh no, we got rid of that. I was like, oh, okay. Cool. But then anyways, I browsed shops at the Bay because I realized tomorrow there's a lot of stuff I want to do around Marina Bay Sands, and I probably won't have time to browse the shops, but wow, guys, the amount of designer stuff at shops at the Bay, holy crap. You name it, they got it. They even have a kids section for designer kids. There's like Versace kids, Dolce & Gabbana kids, like Gucci kids, just like an entire store just dedicated to kids clothes, and I guess like some bags and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm poor, but that's okay. And then separate from the kids like Versace, there is an actual Versace store like down the hall, down the whatever, I don't know. And then something I saw too is like there are boats in the fountain. I'm gonna put a like video clip here because I don't know how to explain it.
The next morning.
Okay guys, I brought my vlog camera and then I forgot my SD card. And I was like, oh wow, okay. I was gonna vlog for you guys somewhere else besides my hotel room, and yeah, fuck that one up real bad. But anyways, we're here. So if you look above me, there's Marina Bay Sands, Garden by the Bay. Basically, like, you can see this place like pretty much everywhere you go if you look up in the sky. I don't know, I always just happen, I guess, to face the right orientation or right direction. I get lucky. And then right behind me over here is the Merlion. Yeah, so anyways, I got here at 9, I sped walk, I made it. I mean, I'm not afraid to sweat because everyone's sweaty here. And the humidity is not that bad today, considering that it is like it just rained and it's a cloudy day, so it's not as bad as it was yesterday. Now I'm headed to Vivo City just to grab some breakfast. It's the largest mall in Singapore, and one of my coworkers told me about it, so I was like, I'm gonna make time to go. Afterwards, I'm gonna go back and then move myself over to Marina Bay Sands, probably do some shopping. I might buy like one designer item. One. Because I get a VAT refund. So, like, why not? I'll have to do the math and I'll see. But yeah, I'm super excited for the rest of today. It's going to be a busy day. It's also going to be a good day. I booked my tickets in advance for the Gardens by the Bay, like Avatar Cloud Forest, and it came with a Flower Dome ticket as well. So I'm excited for that. Hopefully this is loud enough, because unfortunately, I forgot my vlog camera. Hopefully the wind is not getting into the mic too much. Okay guys, we have arrived at Marina Bay Sands. Okay, first of all, I took a cab because my luggage was way too heavy, and let me tell you, the service here is like top notch. I pull up, there's obviously like a place where you wait for your taxi to come, or like where the taxi, drops off. Someone opens the door, takes my luggage. It's like, hi, do you want us to like bring your luggage up for you? I'm like, absolutely, yeah, please. And you don't really tip here. It's not customary to tip here. And so gives me the ticket, whatever, blah, blah. I go check in. The lady is so nice. First of all, she was like, do you want the king or are you okay with the twin? I'm like, I honestly don't care. But I would rather have the room now and just like kind of savor it than like wait until 3 o'clock. So I was like, you know what, I'll take it. And then she upgrades me and she's like, I'll give you late check-in at noon. Don't worry about it. I'll put you on a pretty high floor. So I'm like floor 18. And let me tell you guys, this view, I cannot. Okay, hold on. this out in a sec, but holy shit, you guys. That is the view. Gardens by the Bay. Hey guys, the weather cleared, so we're gonna go for a swim. I'm beyond excited to be here. FaceTime my sister. My middle sister, my younger sister, she's like she's like legs behind a little bit. And so like I FaceTime her and she's like, what? I'm like, did you see my WhatsApp videos? And she's like, no, they won't download. I'm like, why? She's like, I'm not using Wi-Fi at the school, I'm using data. I'm like, why? She's like, the Wi-Fi is bad. I'm like, okay, no, you're just on the wrong connection. I should tell her that though. I should tell her to use EduRoam and not like UBC Secure. But anyways, what did she? Oh, so I FaceTime her like the view of my hotel room, which if you guys don't already know, looks like that. So Gardens by the Bay, and this is Flower Dome and Cloud Forest over there. So yeah, I FaceTime her. I'm like, I didn't even say anything. I was like, look. She's like, where are you? I'm like, this is the view from my hotel room. And she was like, are you kidding me? And then I was like, I'll FaceTime you at night, which is like 7:30 in the morning. And she's like, well, show me a different view now. Like typical of my sister. And so I'm like, okay, well, there's a rooftop pool like on the 54th floor. She's like, yeah, go there. And I'm like, okay, well, the pool closes at 11. So like I have to FaceTime you maybe at like 10:30. She's like, okay. I'm like, that means 7:30 a.m. She texts me a sad face afterwards. I'm like, so are you gonna get up? She's like, yeah. So I'm so excited. And there's like a light show that goes on here at 7:45 p.m., which is perfect because I made reservations for a Michelin restaurant at 8:30. So I will watch the light show until 8, and then I'll probably head over to Dior because I need to look at something there. And then I will go eat my Wagyu steak. My $300 Wagyu steak, but whatever. All my friends are like, you should just do it. Like, it's a Michelin restaurant, it's worth it. It's Japanese Wagyu. So we're gonna do it. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Super excited to go to the pool and go swimming. 18th floor view I think is actually perfect for me, in my opinion, just because when you go up to the 57th floor for the infinity pool, you kind of get this like downward angle view of Gardens by the Bay, and I get more of like a straighter view, so it looks a lot nicer, and I think it'll look a lot nicer when it lights up at night, just because the view, like, it doesn't look like you're like looking down. Although the views from the pool, like if you're inside the infinity pool, are insane because you get to see all the high rises. It doesn't face Gardens by the Bay, but it faces the city. So you see all the high rises, like the core, downtown, whatever you like to call it. And so that was actually really cool. But like there's like complimentary Nespresso coffee with these cute little cups. And then there's a little snack drawer. I'm literally taking everything in here. But everything is so like aesthetic, so cute. Like you can take for free, it's replenished once a day, so I could drink 4 coffees in one day and then have it replaced for the next day. And then if I want it replaced more than that per day, then it would be an extra charge. But it's nice that like they provide you with some snacks. At the pool, they were giving away those ice cream cones. I don't eat ice cream, so I can't really tell you what they are. Like, you know those things that wrap around in the, like the cones? They're not like ice cream, but they come in the wrappers, so you can pick them up at like the like 7-Elevens and stuff like that in the freezer section. Yeah, those things. They were giving those away for free, which I was like, oh my god, cool. So yeah, overall, really great experience within the first 2 hours. The one thing I did notice is if you want to eat at a restaurant, you do have to make a reservation here, excluding breakfast. So that's something I didn't know, but that's okay. There's shops at the Bay, there was a food court, and I was like, oh, I'll just go eat that anyways. But yeah, this is a very nice hotel. This is a very nice hotel room. I would definitely come. If I could afford it, I would stay here. I wouldn't stay anywhere else, just because the rooms are big, it's nice and spacious, everyone's friendly. You know, you have to uphold the standard of Marina Bay Sands. So yeah, I'm gonna head over to Cloud Forest and then come back for the light show at 7:45. Maybe I'll go shopping before then if I have time. So yeah, we'll see, but my entire day will be at Marina Bay Sands. So I'm not the biggest Avatar fan, but I highly, highly, highly recommend this Cloud Force experience to anyone who is here at the time that it is running with the Avatar exhibit. And even without the Avatar exhibit going on inside Cloud Force, I'd highly recommend you take a visit, just because I felt like I got a good amount of Avatar themed things, but also it did not take away from the Cloud Forest itself. Okay guys, I just want to vlog it before I use it, but this is what the amenities look like. Actually, what is this? More stuff. Shaving kit, soap, and this is all in collaboration with Roberto Cavalli, so y'all know it's bougie. What is this? Body lotion? I'm literally taking all of this. 2 dental kits and a comb. Okay, super duper fancy. The bathroom, my sister said when I FaceTime her, she's like, this is literally the size of your room. To which I was like, yeah, honestly, probably. And then in here, just your typical shampoo, conditioner, shower gel, Roberto Cavalli again. Guys, so Spectra is about to start. They said 7:45, but apparently starts at 8, so that's cutting it close to my reservation time. Maybe I'll go to Dior tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Anyways, so we are, oh, I think it's starting actually. So I'm gonna get changed really quickly. I'm like basically wearing the same thing, but, oh yeah, it's starting really soon. I just ate at a Michelin restaurant. Let me tell you, it was an experience. It was really good. Like, I can see why this is like back-to-back Michelin star restaurant, you know? I'm not even gonna tell you guys how much money I spent. It was worth it. It was worth it in like my opinion. Like, I ordered a steak, a 100% Japanese Wagyu filet mignon steak. And that was more than enough for me because I was like, they had like New York strip loin and then they had a different cut. I was like, no, there's no way in the world that I could finish that with the appetite I have right now. So I got it. Mind you, I'm not a big steak girl and I'm like, whatever. And the first bite I have, I'm like, okay, it's like it tastes like steak. And I asked the guy, I was like, what's the difference between American Wagyu and Japanese Wagyu? And why the hell is American Wagyu like way cheaper, like half the price? And he's like, oh, because like American Wagyu is basically like you would breed a Angus, I was gonna literally say breed an Angus beef. You breed like the Angus cow that creates like Angus beef with a Wagyu cow. But Japanese Wagyu is like both parents are also Wagyu cows. You get it? Yeah, okay. So that's why it's way more expensive. I was like, okay, well, I'm at a freaking Michelin restaurant and like, why would I go for an American Wagyu when I could literally just get a Japanese Wagyu? I was like, okay, this is a no-brainer. So anyways, I got it. It tastes like steak. Like, steak is steak. Honestly, no offense to all you steak lovers, but steak doesn't really have flavor to it. But I will say this. I didn't have to like chew on the steak, which I think is the first time ever that I've like had a steak where I was like, wait, what? Now, mind you, it doesn't like, it like, how do I say it? It doesn't like melt in your mouth. It's not like, I don't think it's like Kobe. I think Kobe is a bit more like soft and stuff like that. But this was like, I don't know, I'd take like I don't even know how to explain it. I just like didn't have to chew on it. Like, okay, yeah, I had to chew on it. Obviously it's a solid piece of food, but it's like I didn't at the same time, you know? And then I ordered a side of mashed potatoes, which I call potato puree, which is like whatever. Like, holy shit, that was like the best mashed potatoes I've ever had in my entire life. I was like mind blown. And then I like ate both of them together and I was like, oh my god, what the hell? So that was all the food that I ordered. But they served me with breadsticks. So I got cheesy breadsticks. And then I got even more bread. And I was like, oh shit. Like, I gotta try it all. So I had these like mini scones that were, I believe, like cheddar jalapeno scones. Really good. They gave me like a pretzel. Oh my god, I'm a sucker for pretzels. So like obviously I ate the entire thing. There was like a whole grain ciabatta that wasn't that bad. And then there was like this white bread with like onion on top, or like some onion flavor. That was probably like my least favorite out of all of them. I couldn't finish the bread, but I wanted to try a little bit of each. And they came like hot out of the oven. Like hot. Like I like tried to peel it apart and like it was like steam was coming out of it. And I was like, okay, very impressed, thoroughly impressed. And then they gave me 2 types of butter. So butter fused with rosemary and then butter fused with Wagyu, I think is what they said. I don't really know how the last one works, but I trust it. And when I tasted it, it had more of like a fatty texture to it. So I do believe it was like fused with like Wagyu, infused with Wagyu, sorry. But yeah, the butter too. It was like, you know, when you go to like a typical restaurant, you get the butter and it's like solid and it's like cold. Nope, this butter, still solid, warmed to perfection so that you could just take your knife and just grab a little scoop out of it. So yeah, that was something where I was like, holy shit, like what? What is this? So yeah, that was definitely a really good experience too. And then so like there was my waiter and then there was someone else who helped me clear the table, and I was like trying to scoop up the last bit of my mashed potatoes. He's like, let me help you. And I'm like, oh, this is what a Michelin restaurant is. And so like definitely service like 12 out of 10 because I was like, I can scoop my own potatoes, I can scoop my own mashed potatoes. But like besides the point, I guess it's like the whole, it's part of the experience, it's part of the service, is like you as a server would help someone do something like that. To which I was like, okay. But yeah, like completely unexpected, totally like not, like I didn't need him to do that, but it was a very nice gesture, and I was like, and that was the first time that I was like, oh wow, like the service here is really like above and beyond. I mean, the service was already like top notch, really good, but for someone to see me like scooping my mashed potatoes and was like, no, let me just do it for you, like that's like top quality service. Where was I? I'm just raving about the mashed potatoes. Honestly, if you eat the mashed potatoes with the steak, you guys are gonna hate me for saying this, but it tastes a lot better. Yeah. Like I said, not a steak girl, and you can clearly tell, but I had to do it, because where else am I gonna get Wagyu beef? I'm not in Japan for long enough this time that I don't think I'll be able to get it. Like I think I'll just be like doing cheap eats and stuff like that. And then where were we? Oh right, so this guy was like talking to me about like where I'm from and this and that, and like, you guys, I've gotten Korean multiple times. I don't know why. No, not Korean, sorry, Japanese. People think I'm Japanese. Somebody today thought I was Filipino, and so he just asked if I was like from here, and I was like, no, I'm from Vancouver, Canada, because like there's a lot of Asian people here, so like yeah, I could pass as someone who's like from Singapore. But my English is different. My accent is not like Singaporean English accent, so yeah, I think that's maybe why he asked me where I was from. But anyways, we were like talking, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, do you want to see he was like, are you ready for dessert? I was like, can I see a menu? And at this point, I just wanted to look and see if there's anything I really, really wanted, because I was already full. I was like, probably not, but I'll just take a quick peek. And then he was like, do you have any dietary restrictions? I'll just order something for you, random. And I was like, or like not random, but he's like, I'll get you like a surprise dessert. And I was like, no, I eat everything. And then he ordered me a souffle. I didn't take a video, but I wish I did, but like, well, no, I didn't, because I was like too busy watching it. But this guy like brought out the souffle, took the spoon, made a little hole in it, drizzled the chocolate syrup into it, and then put whipped cream on top of it, and then a scoop of like raspberry sorbet on top, and then drizzled the remaining chocolate syrup around it in front of my entire eyes. And I was like, oh my god, I have never, like, holy crap. And then I had it, it was really good. I couldn't even finish it because I was so full, and I was like, no, I need to stop. And then they bring out, like, I asked for the bill, and then they bring out a little like mini dessert, I guess, for the people who choose not to have dessert. But I was like, I could have just done with that, honestly. Salted caramel macaron, I don't know, it was really good. And then there was like this lychee jelly. I saved that one for last because I was like, I know this is gonna be good, and it was like a 12 out of 10. I was like, I could eat that any day. But yeah, the service, out of this world. The food, also out of this world. I'm supposed to FaceTime my sister because she wants to see the view from the top of Marina Bay Sands, but I'm literally in a food coma right now. I can't move. But I do want to go take film pictures too. Ugh, I gotta do it. What time is it? The pool closes at 11. It's 10:05. It should be fine. I will be fine. So yeah, that's it. Tonight, I'll edit this vlog. Hopefully I can push it out and check out a Marina Bay Sands tomorrow. Sad face. But yeah, that's it for today. Tomorrow I'm going to the airport to explore, and then I'll be flying out of here to Japan to finish the last 2 days of my trip. Oh my gosh, a week goes by so fast. Can't believe it. Anyways, I'll catch up with you all later.